What is up YouTube? My name's Nabil, otherwise known as Car Mad Nab. Why? Because I'm mad about cars. I haven't shot a video on YouTube in quite a while, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And what better way to start the channel off with the Rolls Royce. So as some of you guys may know, this is in fact my dad's Rolls Royce Ghost. He's had it a while, so I thought I'd review it before he gets rid of it. Sort of give you my thoughts and impressions on the car, the spec, go over the quirks and features, and take it for a spin of course, and yeah, just give my overall verdict. But before we get onto the video, I'm gonna hit you with a quick montage, so here goes nothing.
Busy with the fiends, got this fizzy in my jeans. Aim it at your chest, nothing less than your knees. Pissed cause I woke up, I lost a couple G's. Fuck border control, all my packs got seized. Blowing on this Cali or this Sammy, now I'm high. See him at the light, slap it off and then we drive. Feds tryna chase, pass the UE at the lights. Changing up the plates, so bend the whip if he dies. Most of them are bitch made, most of them are rats. You can't talk about your wrist game, cause your dope is whack. See him on the streets, he was chatting all that wax. From the fizzy to your yard, we get it poppin' like some yak. I love money and weed, got them fetishes. Now stay beating while deleting all these messages. Pop store wanted son to end up like his relatives, but it's in my blood, now we are some fucking menaces.
So guys, here we have the 2014 Rolls Royce Ghost, finished in diamond black with the contrasting satin silver bonnet, and that's complemented with these 20-inch polished chrome wheels. Very nice wheels, highly desirable, and not to mention the seashell interior that you'll see later on. But for now, let's just continue with the front, where we are greeted with the very famous Spirit of Ecstasy. This one is actually an optional extra because it's actually got an uplight, so an LED ring that I'll show later on. It's really nice in the night. Then we move on to the headlights. You know, classic Series 1 sort of headlights. So this is just the before the facelift. So the Series 2 essentially, like the LCI and BMWs, basically follows this similar shape, but it just cuts out this sort of excess and it replaces it with an LED outline. This is LED as well, as you can see from the Pickering, but yeah, I mean, obviously the Series 2 do look a bit nicer. One thing I really like is that you have the RR logo in the headlights. Very sort of nice feature when it comes to attention to detail, which is what Rolls Royce are all about, as you'll be able to tell throughout the video. We also have this massive chrome grille, very imposing, and just gives the car a lot of presence on the road. Like if you see that in your rear view mirror, you'll be sure to move out. Moving on to the sort of side profile vehicle, we've got obviously the classic handles for the suicide doors. It's very obviously Rolls Royce when you see that, although you can see it on the London taxis nowadays, but yeah. You've also got these very nice chrome polished alloys at 20 inches. You've got the Rolls Royce center caps, which is also another feature on this car where they basically stay upright. Very nice feature, again, attention to detail, classic Rolls Royce. Then we move on towards the rear section of the car. As you can see, very long car. It's like proper boat, guys, I'm telling you. So we've got the optional extra sort of twin exhaust pipes. Yes, it's an optional extra, and you know, inside, if you look inside, they're not fake. They do have real exhaust in them, quad tips, I believe. Yeah. So that will pass. Well, I don't really have a car wow stick of truth, but yeah, that will definitely pass that. Yeah, I think the rear is one of the best angles of the car as well. Just really looks really good from this sort of rear quarter angle. Obviously you've got the classic Ghost triangular headlights. They look really beautiful in the night. And yeah, classic RR logo just there. And on the roof you have the sort of adopted from BMW, as you guys should know. BMW actually is owner of Rolls Royce. So you'll actually be able to tell a lot of their features in the car throughout the video as well. But yeah, that's classic antenna from sort of your E90 F10 gen. Here you've also got on the side, you've got these reflectors, but inside the reflector, as you can see, there is a camera. So this sort of camera, I'll show you later on, but it's useful for sort of junctions. So when you approach junctions like these, obviously you can't see what's left or right when you're behind the wheel. So those cameras really do help sort of with the vision. Speaking of cameras, it's got another one under the mirrors. That's for the sort of 360 degree, the bird's eye view for when you're parking. Another excellent feature. And obviously rear camera just there. So that's the exterior sorted. Let's get on to the engine of the car. So we'll pop the bonnet and talk a bit more of the stats of the car. Boom. So alright, shut up. So this is obviously the bonnet latch. Don't worry, I'll give you a tour of the interior a bit in a bit. Bonnet pops open. You know, there's actually like some Rolls Royce sort of myth. Fucking friggin' Flanders latch. Where's the bloody latch? It's right here. There you go. So, as you guys can see, 6.6 litre V12. This thing is no slouch, I'm telling you guys. Obviously, classic London, just littered with shit and like pollen. My days, that's actually quite bad, you know. But that's one of the downfalls of living around Central. But yeah, keep on waffling. But anyway, 6.6 litre twin turbo V12 pushes around 563 brake horsepower, pushes out 780 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to an 8-speed ZF gearbox. When I tell you guys the gearbox on this car, when I tell you the gearbox is seamless, like you can't feel the shifts at all. Like, yeah, it's gonna feel like a bit stupid, but it's like a CVT, I'm telling you. Like, you just can't feel it at all. It feels like one gear. Yeah, and the car is very fast, despite weighing 2.6 tons. It does 0 to 60 in about 4.7 seconds. Obviously, on a good day, because on a wet day, I'm telling you, this car just lights up the Riz. And that's obviously what you'd expect. But a fun sort of fact about this car is that, obviously being Rolls Royce, it's all about luxury. And therefore, the 8-speed ZF gearbox, despite being shared across many platforms, this one's been specifically tuned for the Rolls Royce, so that not only is it connected to the GPS, so it sort of allocates a gear in advance depending on the road conditions, but also it sets off in second gear, just to obviously maximize smoothness and, like, you know, minimize jerkiness and stuff like that. And proper is smooth, like I'm telling you now, guys. You'll experience it later on. But yeah, that's the engine of the car and the gearbox. What I can do is let's start it up. Yes, again, Rolls Royce continuing to beep at me. So this car has actually got a Ghost Immobilizer fitted to it. So it's basically like a key code using these buttons that you have to enter before starting the car to prevent, you know, anyone stealing it, which is very common with the relay theft. Let's turn that off. But yeah, obviously I can't show you the code, so let me just enter it in quickly. So the hazard light flash means it gives me the go ahead. Oh, can you hear that? Yes, I know the bonnet's open. I swear, man, new cars, yeah, they're always bloody beeping at you. Like, just shut your mouth, man. Know what I'm doing. But anyway, obviously, despite being a 6.6 litre V12, it's got like more mufflers than you can think of. So it's hella quiet. Just obviously the engine's not meant to be a sports car, it's meant to be sort of built to be as silky smooth as possible. That's it up close, that's the loudest you'll ever hear it, to be honest. But yeah, it's telling you guys, beautiful engine. What I'll do is I'll give a quick rev, sort of just to give you an idea. Well, I doubt you'll be able to hear much, but I'll try to give you an idea of what this car sounds like. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but obviously very quiet for a V12, but I can't lie, it does have these cool turbo whistles that you can hear towards the top end. So let me try give it some now. Can you hear that turbo? That hissing away? That sounds mad, I can't even lie. But yeah, so that's obviously the engine, the gearbox and the exhaust. So without further ado, let's get on to the interior. So guys, you join me in the interior of the Rolls Royce. Obviously, This one's spec'd with the seashell interior, and we've got the, you know, the RR monograms in the headrest. Very important feature on these cars, I think. There's too many base specs out there that just missing just that, and it just, you know, changes the whole car. Because obviously these cars, I'll be honest, they're very spec dependent. So you really need to, you know, spec them wisely in order to get a really nice car. Because obviously with Rolls Royce, the choices are endless. Like, you know, you can have different kind of wood trims, different kind of levers, different kind of exterior paints, wheels, all of that. You know what I mean? There's a classic saying that no Rolls Royce is the same, meaning, you know, all of them are different in their own way. But yeah, so let me give you a quick tour of the inside. So guys, the inside of the Rolls Royce Ghost, we've got a very nicely thin sort of steering wheel, trimmed in obviously the finest leather. I'll tell you one main feature about the inside of this car, yeah, they do like to keep it a bit simple, but the leather, the quality of the leather, it just stands out. I've been in many cars, and the leather in a Rolls Royce is just second to none. No other manufacturer can match it. But when I talk about simplicity, let's get rid of these. So as you can see, these are your climate controls, and instead of, you know, this is what I kind of find annoying, but instead of you know, like your normal sort of, you know, exact numbers and figures like 22.5 degrees Celsius, blah blah blah, you just have these sort of rotating dials for either you want hot, you want cold, and for fan speed, you know, you don't have like a bar or anything. You have soft, medium, high, max. Because obviously this car's like, it's meant to be sort of like, you know, posh, you know, like just, you know, soft, medium, like it just gives you gentle vibes, isn't it? Rolls Royce, I just say, are just a very traditional company, so don't expect them to be like tech crazy, like, you know, the 7 Series, the S Class, etc. They just take more of a simplistic, classy, traditional vibe. So here we've got the infotainment. As you guys will probably have noticed, yes, it's basically the iDrive from, you know, 2010 onwards. Very easy to use. You've got this rotary dial here. You know, you can watch TV from here. Well, I've got my music connected at the moment, but you know, you can watch. No, let's show you TV. CD, DVD. Oh no, not that. Bloody hell. Too much tech, man. Well, I say too much tech, but the new car is just crazy. But yeah, TV, that's it. So look, you know, you can watch TV. Obviously in the front it's stationary, but in the back we've got the rear seat entertainment package, so you can watch that on the move. I'm sure you can code that as well for, you know, like video motion. Shout out Ish Automotive and that. If you know, you know. But anyway, enough waffling. These are the dials. They're more of a, they're not obviously digital, they're analog. Again, Rolls Royce trying to keep that sort of classy, traditional vibe. But you do have like a little screen at the bottom that displays, you know, all your information, MPG, mileage, blah blah blah. You know, temperature, time, whatever. One cool feature though, instead of a, you know, normal rev gauge, this actually has a power reserve gauge. So what that is, as you can see, it says 100 right there. So that's what will happen when the car is basically switched on. So let's actually start it now. So that's with the car on. Obviously you just saw that sort of spring into life, but yeah, so at the moment it's at hundreds, meaning it's got 100% power available, because obviously my foot's not on the floor. So look, yeah, so if I do rev it, you can see that. So look, right there I've got about, you know, around 98% power left, because I'm using 2% power on the throttle. So I think that's really cool. As you floor it, it never actually reaches zero, because the engine always has more power to give. It technically can't give 100% power, but when you do floor it, it's around like, you know, like 5% or whatever. As you see, it says 160, and that is true. This car is limited to 155, but I have seen cars exceed that limit. You know how BMW, sort of like BMWs, they don't really stick to their limiters, quite a soft limiter. You know, got your fuel and temperature gauge there, and one thing that are really nice and posh, sort of these not nozzles, toggles, sorry, chrome toggles for the fan. If you want it on, that's on. If you want it off, that's off. You know, really nice sort of upmarket feel to the car. again with these chrome switches for the windows, really nice. Obviously Rolls-Royce is all about quality. Well, I say that, but you know, some downsides to the car. You've got these like really flimsy plastic things for the indicator store, and this is the gear selector. It's, you know, it's just really nasty to touch. You know, I thought Rolls-Royce, being Rolls-Royce, they would have, you know, made it out of leather or something, but clearly not. As you can see, this gear selector has low written on it, so that's basically what I was referring to earlier about how the car sets off in second gear. But this is sort of the equivalent to a sport mode where you can, you know, set it off to first, so that will set off in first gear, giving you sort of all the power you need. This is your sort of central compartment. You've got this classic thing that every BMW has. Comment down if your BMW has it. Obviously, you know, USB, that's my phone in there at the moment. But yeah, you've got classic Rolls-Royce clock. This is actually an optional one, so it's got, instead of normally you'd have a model designation sort of written there, but our one says Rolls-Royce Goodwood. Yeah, so in this case normally it would have Ghost written on it, but this one doesn't. This is sort of the, what's this, glove box. How can I forget what a glove box is called? You know what I mean? But anyway, this is the glove box. As you can see, it's not that big, to be fair. It's quite small actually. But then again, I am spoiled with the size of the X5 glove box. On the sort of roof of the car, you've got an SOS button, so click that, and you know, if you need the emergency services or Rolls-Royce, then you just click that, and obviously the car will give a signal. You've got the light switches here, so obviously that's the lights on. You've got your reading lights here, classic sort of Rolls-Royce BMW. But also, speaking about the SOS, if the car gets into a collision anyway, if the car will detect that it's been in a collision, and it will ring up Rolls-Royce, and if you don't respond, then they'll call emergency services. So that's quite a nice feature. On the side of the door, this car is actually spec'd with the massage seats, so that's your massage function. Although in the front seats, you'll notice it only has one bar, meaning for some weird reasons, only this part massages it, which is basically a bum. So it just massages your ass, which is a bit weird, but basically it's for long journeys, so that, you know, you don't, you know how in a long journey you know your bum hurts bears, so it's meant to just move it about a bit. But in the back, you know, you've got fully massaging, you know, backrest as well. But yeah, I just find it a little weird that the car only massages your bum in the front. You know, that's where the driver's sitting. I guess this car is designed for people in the back, but Rolls-Royce also do say this is the car to drive too, so it doesn't really make sense. You've got your classic memory seating function, well, front and rear, on all the seats, so that's quite nice. I believe that's an optional extra, as is the massage functional seats. Obviously you've got heated seats as standard, and you've got heated seats in the rears as well. Oh no, the heated seats are here. So what is that? That is interesting. I've never seen that button. I'll need to find out what that is. I'm giving a review, I don't even know what it is, but anyway. Pan roof controls, so you got obviously your leather cover there. You can have it tilting, just to press it once. That will tilt upwards, or if you want it backwards, just push it back. Nice pan roof opens halfway, and then it opens fully as well, halfway, so basically split. Unfortunately the rear doesn't open, just the front, but yeah, nice. Anyway, that's the front. There's not much I'm missing. Obviously you've got these nice sort of cup holders. This slides to cover it. Open it again, that's where you hold your key. This is sort of your ashtray sort of thing, I guess. But yeah, that's the front. Let's move on to the back. Oh yeah, one thing I bloody forgot to mention, one of the key features as well, heads up display. So this is actually optional. So this will show you the map directions. So yeah, it shows you the street and, you know, the direction of where to go. It shows you speed limit, what speed you're going at. This has also got lane assist, so if you press that, you can see it comes on. It's quite a crap, so look, as you can see, it says it's only available from 40 miles an hour onwards. But I'll be honest, it's a bit of a useless feature, because all it does is just vibrate the steering wheel, which, I mean, to be fair, if you're going over the lanes, well, in this car you probably, yeah, you wouldn't feel it, but you know, you'd want it to, you know, steer you in place, but I guess that system wasn't available at the time. Moving on to the side of the door, so obviously classic Rolls-Royce umbrella. You get one on each side, so just to pull it out, there it is. These umbrellas, as you guys may know already, these are what made my TikTok famous.
People always ask me, does a Rolls-Royce actually come with an umbrella? Yes, it does. And it is a $3,000 umbrella. You get one on each side.
So in the back, obviously you've got these nice sort of piano black picnic tables, and you've got the rear screen. I need to adjust the seat actually, just put it all the way back. So obviously these are the seat controls. To move it forward, just move it forward a bit, tilt it up as well, and the headrest actually moves as well, so as you can see, that's quite nice, and it's got lumbar support too. But let's jump in the back. So, classic feature on the Rolls-Royce Ghost, you've got this door button, hold it, and like that, that's so cool. That's one of the best features, I think. Classic Rolls-Royce. Obviously we've got TV here. You control it via this sort of, I don't even know what you call it, but yeah, controls I guess. Again, it's basically like the similar system up front, so CD, multimedia, radio, navigation, office, blah blah blah. You know, you can watch TV from here whilst on the go. You know, you can put your, so here you can put your headphones in and listen to whatever you want. You've just got a CD player in the back as well. Again, similar heating controls, soft, medium, high, maximum, because this is Rolls-Royce and we're all about excellence and poshness and whatever. But yeah, that's my posh impression. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't know man, I'm a bit of a waffler innit. But anyway, control your volume like this, either side. That obviously controls which screen you want to control. And these are just your shortcut buttons. Here we've got massage, so like I said, this one has 2 bars, so this will massage not only your bum but also your back, which is what you want. But I'll be honest, massage seats in general, in my opinion, are a bit of a gimmick. They don't really do anything. I guess maybe I'll appreciate them when I'm older and, you know, my back's out like my dad, but at the moment I find them a bit pointless. Again, memory seating on both sides. Got this nice ambient lighting in here, and actually these door pockets, they actually illuminate when you put your hand in them. Obviously it's daytime right now so you can't tell, but they are on and they automatically detect your hand. I'll put a clip in just to show that. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. This is your central compartment, put whatever you want in there. You've got this, cup holders, nice feature. Just below the cup holders you've got sort of your ashtray, which is very nice and well. That's about it. Obviously you can have a third seat in here. I wouldn't recommend it. It's very raised, it's not that comfortable, and yeah, I mean, you can see, look, it doesn't even like sit flush within there. So, and obviously headroom is not that great, so look, so obviously I've got plenty of leg room and plenty of headroom. I can adjust the headrest with the controls here, so just like that. But yeah, the middle seat, if I show you, it is not the best at all, because he's also got this hump in the floor as well. So as you can see, look, yeah, exactly, so it's not great at all. I'd recommend just keep this a 4-seater, and obviously only in emergency or little kids situations have your kid in the back here. You've also got these Isofix sort of positions, so you know your child seat would just slide back in. Although I've never really seen anyone use a child seat in their Rolls Royce. I guess they're probably rich enough to have another car to transport their kids in and shit. But yeah, that's the rear bench, the rear seats of the car. Obviously, you got these nice picnic tables. It's very, how I'd say, aeroplane-like. So, you know, it really does remind you of like being on an aeroplane, which kind of makes sense seeing as Rolls-Royce manufacture aeroplane engines, so, which is quite neat. Also, you've got some additional storage here, storage there. But yeah, that's about it, guys. And obviously this extends, so you can put, I guess, your cigars in here or whatnot. But yeah, that's the interior of the car, guys. Also, not to mention, the grab handles are wrapped in a very nice leather. So like, again, this car is all about the sort of the craftsmanship rather than the tech and whatnot. It's really well built, well put together. Yes, there are some sort of areas where it lets you down, like the plastic, but that's very minor. The rest of the car is definitely like no other. Like Mercedes and 7 Series, as much as they're nice, they've got nothing on the car. One downfall of these suicide doors is they're very heavy, and unfortunately you can't open them with the button. But yeah, guys, this is sort of the side profile of the interior. It's really nice. Tons of legroom, tons of tons of cows that have died in here. But yeah, man, it's definitely an event when stepping into a Rolls Royce, that's for sure. So guys, I've shown you the interior of the car. Let's move on to the boot, which can be opened in 3 ways. Obviously, you have your normal sort of right there, and it's obviously an electric tailgate. Being Rolls Royce, you'd expect it to, otherwise what the hell are you paying for? But yeah, you can also open it via the key. So this is the key, by the way. Rolls Royce, very nice. Obviously this is your boot key. And another way, which I didn't even realize at first, but you can actually open it with your foot as long as you have the key with you. So let's try it out. So I'm just gonna wave it about, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, see, it worked. So yeah, this is the boot. As you can see, it's friggin' massive. No fridge, so it's not eating any space. And whilst we're actually in the boot, recently it actually got a neat feature. Sorry, this is all the crap that's in the boot at the moment. My jacket, some other stuff. But anyway, this is actually a new sort of feature that Rolls-Royce fitted, because apparently, according to European law, the light is now illegal. Apparently, I don't even know what they mean by that. But basically, what they actually mean is, you know, the LED ring that I was talking about. So I'll throw up a clip now. Yeah, so that LED ring that I've just shown you is controlled now via this switch. So if you want it to stay on, as in like have the feature on where you unlock the car and it comes on, then you just press that button. To have it off, to remain legal on public roads, you can obviously just disable it via there. But what's really annoying now is that if you leave the car locked for a long period of time, the feature will automatically switch off, which is just annoying because you don't want to bloody just get, you know, open the boot and get into there and, you know, turn it on just to have a little light at the front. You know, you kind of just want it to have it on you know, automatically. It's a bit stupid that it's illegal. Can't see why, but you know, you Europeans and the government and blah blah blah, always trying to make matters worse and shit. You know how they are. Big Bojo in the car. No, it's not Bojo's fault, but yeah. Anyway, you have little glow in the dark switch here, so in case, you know, someone tries kidnapping you, you can always press that and you'll be safe. Not like I'm kidnapping anyone. But anyway, but yeah, if you are in the mafia and stuff, this car's not for you because it has one of these. I think, to be fair, all cars have these with a closed boot. Anyway, that's to lock the car, and that's obviously just to close the tailgate, like so. Nice electric tailgate, as you'd expect. Is tailgate American? boot, innit? Call it boot. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I thought I'd just show you how bloody spacious it is. You know, by jumping in myself. You know what I mean? Trust me, it's spacious. Like, oof. Get real comfy in here, you know. Look at this. Look at that. I'm in. Amazing. Yeah, I look like a knob. I'm sorry, guys, but this is what I do to entertain you lot. But yeah, easily fit a body or two in there. Why you want bodies in there, I don't know. But that's between you, innit? But no, I'm joking. Obviously very large, very spacious. So yeah, quite practical actually. Which I guess is that unusual for a Rolls Royce? Maybe, I don't know, comment down below. But yeah, as for the boot, that is pretty much it. So let's close that. And yeah, so we've covered exterior, we've covered interior. So all that's left now is to take it for a quick spin and give you my final verdict. So guys, what is the Rolls Royce Ghost like to drive? Well, as you'd obviously expect, it's super smooth. Like, honestly, it feels like you're riding on a magic carpet. Like, you don't feel any undulations in the road, nothing. It's butter smooth. Another thing is it's dead quiet. You know, you've got kilos and kilos of insulation, and you can literally tell because it's like it's dead quiet. You can easily have a conversation on the motorway. Honestly, it's that quiet. And as for driving dynamics, well, obviously you practically don't get any steering feedback because obviously it's designed to just be as light as possible for comfort of driving. But I will say one thing, the body roll isn't actually that bad in the corners. Obviously at high speed it is, but at low speed they've just engineered it so that it stays flat for maximum comfort, which is really good. Another thing is the brakes are very good, as you can, and driving this car in general, yes, you do have to be wary about its size because it does catch you out. Like, that's one of the surprising features of this car. It makes it really easy to drive by masking its weight and its size. Like, honestly, it's incredible. Like, you think you're driving a 5 Series or something. Ooh, bit of wobble there, sorry guys. Sorry about the angle as well because I haven't got my phone holder with me, so I have to be very gentle with the throttle and brakes, which is not really an issue with this car anyway. But as I was saying, yeah, so just like you saw there, I had to negotiate around with a van, and yeah, in tight spots it can obviously be a bit nerve-wracking. But oh yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, like, because it masks its weight so well, you do need to be wary about the curbs and, you know, the length of the car, because obviously you do not want to scratch a car over £100,000, because like Rolls Royce especially, they charge ridiculous amounts for their paint. So as I was saying before the phone decided to clout itself, yeah, if you wanna respray the front, just the bonnet, there's the satin silver bits, 7.5k Rolls will charge you for that. Even if it's just a minor scratch that you would think, oh, the whole bonnet doesn't need doing. Not even the whole bonnet, they need the side blades, the grille, everything. They needed to respray it to make it look flush. I guess the dealer also just try and mug it as well, but that's the kind of car this is. So yeah, you really do need to be careful with marking this car, etc. But alhamdulillah, so far so good, and inshallah that continues. And yeah, what else have I not mentioned about this car? Well, you've seen, I put a driving clip in, as in like a good pull. That was the second gear and it's lighting up the tyres. Crazy. See, did you hear that?
No time for a hole, tryna put my grind in, one day I blow. Colour code from my head to my toe. Had enough on road, legitimate dough. No time for the hole, tryna put my grind in, one day I blow.
So guys, it's currently pouring down with rain, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just wrap. That's how. So just to sum up, it drives real smooth, hides its weight well. Steering feedback, okay, there's nothing as you'd expect. It's an electric column. What else? It's obviously just designed for comfort, so it's light as possible. You can steer with one finger, but obviously as a compromise, it's not a sports car, so you're not going to get any sort of steering feedback whatsoever. That said, it's still enjoyable to drive because you got that twin turbo V12 to enjoy. But yeah, it's no sports car as you'd obviously expect from a Rolls Royce. Tons of status, so you're gonna get a lot of people looking at you. Whether that's a good or bad thing, you can comment down below. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Oh, and dead quiet as well. So yeah, so that's about it. So let's just move on to the rest of the video. So guys, the Rolls Royce Ghost. What's my sort of verdict on the car? Well, as you can see, it just oozes status. It's a very prestigious car, but there are downfalls to it. You know, it's obviously expensive. You don't really get that much tech. It is quite outdated. You know, like stuff like, you know, the climate control. Just, you know, it's not being. It's more like I said, it's more a traditional car. So if you're expecting something modern, something tech savvy, this ain't the car for you. But if you want something more traditional, more analog, this is perfect. This car focuses more on status, sort of the ride, so the ride quality, that's no one's matching that. It's a Rolls Royce after all. And 3, sort of quality and just in general how the car sort of drives, you know, the engine, the suspension, everything. So yeah guys, that was my video, my take on my dad's Rolls Royce Ghost. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. I know I'm a bit of a waffler, so I will try cut down on that. But yeah, comment down below what kind of content you guys want to see on this car, on the X5, which I'll have in the next video, and just cars in general. So please like, share, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification so that you're notified when our next upload. And yeah, just stay tuned for the next one, guys. I've been Carman Nab. Take care, guys, yeah? Peace out.
Legit moves, million locate, loyal to the east state, far from a snake. Made a few wrong moves, made a few mistakes, multiple times in the cam was a mistake. But I'm active, loud and I meant her. Names doing laps on my face in the center. Rip through dirt like a TD defender. Said I'm active, loud and I meant